Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. This is your Manchester United Arsenal match preview. It's 8:15 kick-off at Old Trafford. It's Thursday night. Now it's unclear whether Ralph Rangnick will be in charge for this game. It all depends if the visa is processed in time for the game against Arsenal. Earlier on today, Ralph Rangnick was announced as Manchester United's interim manager until the end of the season. Then Rangnick will continue in a consultory role for a further 2 years. Rangnick was the head of sports and development at Lokomotiv Moscow. Before, Rangnick has managed Schalke. Revert back to 2011, he won the German Cup with Schalke, and he got Schalke to the Champions League semi-final. Before, he managed RB Leipzig. He got them to the final back in 2019. Before, he's managed Stuttgart and Hoffenheim. He's been coaching for a very long time. I think he'll do well at Manchester United. I think he'll improve Man United. I think he will get the best out of these group of players. I like the way he develops young players. And I think he could be capable of winning trophies. If Ralph Rangnick is not in charge for the game against Arsenal, he definitely will be in charge for the game against Crystal Palace at the weekend. Now, Manchester United are coming into this game against Arsenal on the back of a 1-1 draw with Chelsea. We saw Jadon Sancho scoring his second goal for the club and his first goal in the Premier League. Sancho's goal against Chelsea came from a mistake from Jorginho. It was a lovely counter-attacking goal by Jadon Sancho. Sancho scored in the 2-0 win against Villarreal last week. We're starting to get the best out of Jadon Sancho now. Revert back to when we had Solskjaer, we wasn't getting the best out of Sancho, because when Solskjaer did play Sancho, he was playing him out of position. There was quite a few games Sancho didn't even play in when we had Solskjaer. Chelsea's goal came from Jorginho. It was a penalty. Chelsea got the penalty because Aaron Wan-Bissaka fouled Thiago Silva in the 6-yard box. Arsenal, they're coming into this game on the back of a 2-0 win against Newcastle. Now, Arsenal's current manager is Mikel Arteta. He's been Arsenal manager for almost 2 years. He's got a contract with Arsenal until 2023. He's won the FA Cup so far as Arsenal manager. Arsenal have won the most FA Cups. I think they've won around 14. Before Arsenal, Mikel Arteta was a coaching assistant at Man City. Now, at one point, Mikel Arteta was under serious pressure because Arsenal started the season very badly. They lost their first 3 league games. But since then, they have found some form. So reflecting on that, some pressure would have eased off Mikel Arteta. Before Mikel Arteta, Arsenal had Freddie Ljungberg. Obviously, they had him in as temporary manager. Before Ljungberg, Arsenal had Unai Emery. Unai Emery lasted around 18 months with Arsenal. When Unai Emery was Arsenal manager, he came close to winning the Europa League. And of course, before Arsenal had Arsene Wenger. Arsene Wenger endured 22 years as Arsenal manager. I say Wenger had around 12 good years out of the 22 years he was with Arsenal. Manchester United and Arsenal was an iconic fixture when, we had Sir Alex Ferguson and when they had Arsene Wenger. There were 2 long-serving managers, we had Ferguson for around 26 years and, like I've just said, Arsenal had Arsene Wenger for 22 years. Arsenal have got a pretty decent squad. It's not the best squad in the league, but it's still pretty decent. Obviously, Arsenal have got Aubameyang. Aubameyang is one of Arsenal's best players. He's been consistent in a lot of games for Arsenal, but he's also endured some poor games as well. Arsenal got Aubameyang from Borussia Dortmund. They paid £50 million for him. Arsenal have also got Lacazette. He's had his good periods, he's had his bad periods. Arsenal got Lacazette from Lyon. Sometimes though, Aubameyang and Lacazette do play well together. Arsenal have also got Nicolas Pepe. I don't rate him at all. I think he's been very, very poor for Arsenal. Arsenal did get Pepe from Lille. They paid around £72 million for him. He was far superior at Lille to how he has been at Arsenal. I like that Saka. He's a very, very good player. He's still young. He's got a lot of development in him. I think Arsenal have got that Nketiah. At one point he was out on loan with Leeds. Arsenal have also got that Gabriel Martinelli, who I highly rate. He's still young, got a lot of development in him. I also like Thomas Partey as well. He's made an impact at Arsenal. Arsenal got Thomas Partey from Atletico Madrid. I also like that Smith Rowe. He plays as a number 10. Arsenal have also got Martin Odegaard. They got him from Real Madrid. They've also got Lokonga. They got him last summer. I think they got Lokonga from Anderlecht. Arsenal have also got Granit Xhaka. I do not rate Granit Xhaka at all. Granit Xhaka is out with injury at the moment. Arsenal have also got that Utd Vs. He's done really well. Arsenal got him last summer. Arsenal have also got Ben White. I think he's been a very poor signing for Arsenal. Arsenal overpaid for Ben White. They paid around £50 million for him from Brighton last summer. Arsenal have also got Kieran Tierney. Now, I do highly rate Kieran Tierney. I liked Kieran Tierney when he was in Scotland with Celtic. Arsenal have got that Pablo Mari. To be honest with you, I don't really rate him. They've also got Gabriel Magalhaes. Arsenal have still got Rob Holding. They've got that Callum Chambers. They've got Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Arsenal have also got Kolasinac. He's out with injury at the moment. I think Arsenal's first choice goalkeeper is now Ramsdale. Ramsdale's done very well. Arsenal got Ramsdale last summer. Arsenal have also got Leno. So there you go. Arsenal have let players go. Of course, last summer they offloaded David Luiz. They also offloaded Willian. They offloaded Lucas Torreira. They also offloaded Hector Bellerin. Other players have let go. You know, they let Guendouzi go. Was it a few years ago now? They let Koscielny go. They let Lichtsteiner go. A few years ago as well, they let Oxlade-Chamberlain go. They let Aaron Ramsey go. So there you go. Revert back to 2004. Arsenal went unbeaten in the league all season, so they were the Invincibles in 2004. They're the only team to do it. Now, last season at Old Trafford between Man United and Arsenal, Arsenal won 1-0. That was Arsenal's first win at Old Trafford in the Premier League since 2006. The game at the Emirates last season between Arsenal and Man United was 0-0. Manchester United have done transfer business before with Arsenal. If you do remember rightly, we got Alexis Sanchez off them. We also got Robin Van Persie off them. Robin Van Persie won Man United the league back in 2013. Arsenal did get Danny Welbeck off us a long time ago. Manchester United are missing some players. Obviously, Varane, he's still out with a hamstring injury. I think Varane's out for another couple of weeks. Varane's endured 2 injuries since he signed for the club. Revert back to earlier on this season, Varane had a groin injury and he was out with that groin injury for a few weeks. Obviously there's no Paul Pogba, he's missing the rest of the year with a thigh injury. Revert back to earlier on this season, Pogba suffered the thigh injury in France training. Maguire, he won't be playing any part in this game on Thursday because he's suspended. Maguire got sent off in the 4-1 defeat to Watford. Maguire's got 2 games to serve. He's served 1 game at the moment. Mason Greenwood, he's still out with COVID. Luke Shaw, I think he's still got a concussion. You know, Shaw played no part against Chelsea recently and he played no part in the 2-0 win against Villarreal. Obviously, Tellez played ahead of him. And obviously there's no Edison Cavani. He's still out with injury. He was out with injury earlier on this season. In this game against Arsenal, I'm expecting Man United to make some changes from the game against Chelsea. And if Ralf Rangnick is to be in charge for this game against Arsenal, it's going to be interesting to see how he approaches the game. As for Michael Carrick, I've got to give him a lot of credit. You know, he's done well in the 2 games he's managed. You know, I like the way he approached the game in the 2-0 win against Villarreal. You know, his substitutions were correct and his game plan was correct. And I also like the way he approached the Chelsea game. Manchester United will appoint a permanent manager at the end of the season. It'll either be Pochettino or Erik ten Hag. Unless Ralf Rangnick does a very, very good job. Until the end of the season, the club decided to give him the job on a permanent basis, but I don't see that happening. I was talking with you a lot about Pochettino last week. Obviously, it came out and said that PSG rejected Manchester United's approach to appoint Mauricio Pochettino. Last week, Pochettino came out and said that he's happy at PSG and won't let the Man United rumours distract him. But on the other side of things, last week it said Pochettino is interested in the Man United job. And the Manchester Evening News said that Man United are confident of appointing Mauricio Pochettino as their next permanent manager. And it did say that Man United agreed to pay the 10 million compensation fee for Pochettino. Revert back to when Manchester United sacked Mourinho. Manchester United should have got Pochettino then, but the club decided to go with Solskjaer instead. Pochettino is a good manager, even though he's hardly won anything. I think he has won a cup with PSG. Pochettino has a full season left on his PSG contract. He's proven in the Premier League as well, which is beneficial. You know, Pochettino at one point was at Tottenham. He endured a 5.5-year tenure at Tottenham, and analysing the vast majority of his tenure when he was at Tottenham, Tottenham were competing in and out of the top four. You know, back in 2018, Pochettino guided Tottenham to their first ever Champions League final. And at one point, Pochettino came very close to winning the Premier League when he was Tottenham manager. And before, he's managed Southampton. He only enjoyed a short tenure at Southampton, but he still managed to guide Southampton to their highest ever finish in the Premier League. So they're the clubs he's managed in the Premier League so far, and before he managed Espanyol. As for Erik ten Hag, it said recently that Erik ten Hag is said to be interested in the Man United job in the summer, and Ajax will not stand in his way if he wants to leave at the end of the season. Erik ten Hag is Man United's alternative target to Pochettino. So if Man United can't get Pochettino at the end of the season, they'll look to get Erik ten Hag. You've got to admire what Erik ten Hag has done at Ajax. You know, he's won a few trophies with Ajax. I like the way he develops young players, and he's been at Ajax for 4 years. He's got a contract with Ajax until 2023. Before Ajax, he was at Utrecht. Before Utrecht, he was at Bayern Munich. Well, he managed their reserve team. And before then, he was at Go Ahead Eagles. Manchester United have sacked 4 permanent managers since Ferguson. Manchester United sacked David Moyes after 10 months. Manchester United then sacked Louis van Gaal after like 2 years or so. Man United did win the FA Cup under Louis van Gaal. Manchester United sacked Jose Mourinho after like 2.5 years. Mourinho did enjoy one good season at Man United because he did win 3 trophies in his first season. And of course, Manchester United sacked Ole Gunnar Solskjaer following the 4-1 defeat to Watford. As you all know, after Solskjaer was sacked, Solskjaer gave a farewell interview, and he got emotional in that farewell interview, which was understandable because Solskjaer adores the club and he was part of the club for a long time. Solskjaer was Manchester United manager for almost 3 years, and Ole did endure 11 years as a United player, so that's almost 14 years in total. But, you know, despite Man United sacking Solskjaer the other week, you know, all Man United fans still adore him, and you know, you can still hear the United fans chanting his name. You know, Manchester United made the right decision sacking Solskjaer. To be honest with you, I don't think they really wanted to sack him, but they had no choice in the end. You know, Ole is a legend of the club, and he always will be a legend of the club. You know, Manchester United paid Solskjaer around 7.5 million. Because revert back to last summer, Ole signed a 3-year contract with an option of a further year, and Manchester United should have never give Ole that contract, because I knew for a long time that he wasn't the long-term manager for Man United. You know, Ole has no proven pedigree as a manager. You know, the clubs he's managed in his managerial career so far, obviously he managed Man United's reserve team. He also managed Cardiff. His record at Cardiff was terrible. You know, the reason he got sacked from Cardiff is because he got Cardiff relegated. He also managed Molde. Well, he enjoyed 2 spells at Molde. He won a few Norwegian titles at Molde, but they're not a big club. And of course, he managed Manchester United's senior squad. But reflecting now on Ollie was United manager, he did gain some managerial experience and he did learn a few different things on the job. But I did say at that point there was still plenty of things he had to learn because Ollie, you know, was still a young coach. But reflecting on the poor performances under Ollie, not all of the blame stemmed from Solskjaer. Revert back to what I've said before, he was accountable for certain things, you know, his tactics and his team selections were questioned a lot. But there was also players that had to take responsibility for those poor performances. Solskjaer did not win a trophy as United manager, and he was never capable of winning trophies as a manager. Manchester United have not won a trophy since 2017. Solskjaer did get appointed in December 2018 as the interim manager to replace Mourinho. Ollie did well as the interim manager, you know, in his first 3 months. So reflecting on that, the club decided to give him the job on a permanent basis back in March 2019. And I said, didn't I, at the start of this season, you know, when Ollie was United manager, I said, you know, this season was going to be big for him, and plus the pressure was on him, reflecting on the summer transfer window Manchester United had, because Man United enjoyed a very good summer transfer window this year, made 4 signings. 3 of the 4 signings were major signings, and Man United spent around £141 million. Plus, revert back to last summer as well, the board backed Solskjaer well, you know, the Glazers backed him, Ed Woodward backed him, John Murtaugh, our director of football, backed him, and Darren Fletcher backed him. So there you go. But like I say, Manchester United have not been the same team since Fergie retired, and no one will do what, you know, Ferguson did at the club. You know, Ferguson brought success to Manchester United. He won 30 odd trophies, including 13 Premier League titles. But he didn't settle in straight away because he didn't win out in his first 4 years at Man United. So it does take some managers time to settle in. Next year, Man United will be offloading players. I think Martial's going next year. I think Lingard's going next year. I think Cavani's going next year. I think Mata's going next year. Van der Beek could be leaving in January. I think Matic is going next year. Pogba could be leaving next year. Dalot, I think he'll leave next year. I think Jones and Baye will leave next year. You know, Tellez could leave next year. And Dean Henderson has confirmed that he wants a loan move away from Man United, because Henderson doesn't get his opportunities now, because De Gea reclaimed that number 1 spot back. Henderson's only been in goal for 1 game so far this season. That was West Ham in the Carabao Cup. But at one point, Henderson was out with COVID for a while. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you with. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.